Civilization or Barbarism, an Authentic Anthropology by Dr. Cheikh Anta. In 1967, 4,000 years later, an electronic calculator was programmed to calculate all the possible expressions of the fractions with a unitary numerator of the division of 2 by the odd numbers 3, 5, 7, up to 101, in order to compare the breakdowns given by the scribe with the other thousands of possibilities. In all, 22,295 possible forms. The result of this experiment was that the 20th century machine was not able to beat the scribe of 4,000 years ago, or to find any factorizations superior to those given by the scribe of 2000 BCE. This result is compatible with the idea of a techno and spherical mathematics proceeding by trial and error. There were reliable theorems that remain to be discovered, and which include those of elementary arithmetic. Arithmetic. We will say almost nothing on this subject. Our friend Professor Maurice Caving has devoted a masterful study to this subject in the form of a thesis for a state doctorate, which will mark a milestone in the history of science. One will have to refer to his this work that will soon appear. The originality of Egyptian arithmetic is that it does not require any effort of memory. Multiplication and division are reduced to addition after a series of duplications. Only the multiplication table by 2 needs to be a series of needs to be known in order to easily carry out the most complex calculations. By contrast, in Mesopotamian arithmetic, the knowledge of the multiplication tables was necessary in order to be able to calculate. Operations on the fractions generally deal with fractions whose numerators equal a unit. However, the Egyptians knew and used also the following complementary fractions: 2/3, frequently used; 3/4, 4/5, 5/6, less frequently used. Owing to this fact, the Egyptians had made a table of factorization of the fractions of type 2 over n, including the fractions from 2/5 to 101. The method of factorization thus invented by the Egyptians was very complex, very difficult to follow. Modern scholars and mathematicians are far from agreeing on the process used to arrive at the result. Meanwhile, we still admire today the amazing mastery and the assurance with which the scribes treated fractions. The Greeks and the Romans continued to use the Egyptian methods. We'll pause right here and continue back. Civilization or Barbarism. We're in chapter 16 of getting through the mathematics. Nice heart. I'm Uriel.